freaking boat. Jesus. That was the closest I've ever had one hit. See that? Mach Pro, baby. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Today, this is a review on the Mach Pro combo. You can get it at Bass Pro Shops, like $179 here around the Midwest. It's a 7'2". Let's just talk about the rod. You guys know the reel. This is kind of a generic reel. The Mach Pro, they can call it different things, but this reel right here, there's several of them out there. The Mach 2, the Mach, they're pretty much the same reel. They've got just magnetic braking. So let's just talk about this rod. They come on several different, the rods usually change. So this is a 7'2", medium heavy, action fast. Its lure rating is a 1/4 to 1 ounce, line 12 to 25. I've got 20-pound braid. Luckily I had the Hercules 20-pound 8-strand in yellow. Perfect, right? With a 15-pound P-line original copolymer. It's not fluoro or mono. It's the copolymer blend that I like the P-line original. I like the color of it. I think it doesn't show up in the water that well, and it just works for me. So we're trying that. It should fit in good. This rod with that rating, and let me try to unhook it. I don't know if I like the hook keepers down here because I put the rod and reel deal on, which if you didn't see that, this right here is a perfect way, even if you got one of these, to keep your reels on your combos, whether they're a cheap reel or expensive reel. There's no need in banging them around. If you're not using them while you're transporting them, for sure, use this reel sock. And why do I call it a reel sock? Because that's exactly what it is. These are socks that you just go buy, Walmart, wherever. I like the black ones because they don't look quite like a sock. But you can buy them real cheap, cut the very tip off, this is basically the bottom that your foot would set on, turn it inside out. You can use your old stinking ones if you want, but I prefer you go get new ones, is what I suggest. But that is a cheap investment to keep around, and you can always just have a few sitting around or whatever if you don't like the reel covers that might never fail to get blown out of the boat and you just lost $5 or however much. So anyway, I'm not sure if I like this hook keeper down here. I'll see if I can get used to it. It's supposed to have microwave guides, which is just the first guide, has like that microwave, starts big, goes into this little one, then they're pretty little throughout. I don't know if I like these or not. I think my knot's going to kind of get caught up a little more on these guides than normal guides, but we'll see. I was going to try to show you the bend. I don't know if you can make it out. It's what they call it action fast. And yeah, I guess I'd call it fast. I'd almost call it, maybe not quite extra fast. So I actually call it pretty good. And I did check this one at the store. I had a fiasco at the store, but I checked the spline and they seem like they lined it up pretty good. The rod seems pretty good. I don't know about sensitivity. I have not cast this yet. I did set it, if you don't know about that, I got videos on how to set these. You basically attach to something solid and you go and yank and slowly tighten the drag until you feel like either the line's going to break or the rod, and you stop there, and that's how you got the drag set. But it still does have drag. I don't just crank the drag all the way down. I set the spool tension to where I put a 16-ounce crappie jig on any of my rod and reels. I started doing it with the BFS stuff, and I just do it with all my big ones too. And I adjust that until that 16th-ounce crappie jig just hits the ground, and this maybe does that. Then I stop right there. If you tighten it too tight and that jig doesn't move at all, you're basically just creating resistance on your reeling and your casting that you don't need it that tight. You just need it, it's just taking all the play out of there. And I found that some sort of weight on the end of the line, barely moving, will let you know when that is just about right. Then all the other adjustments should be done out here or internally with the, if yours has an internal adjustment. So let's see what this will do. Now I'll come back towards the end of the video. You're going to see me, from the first cast to the last, and then we'll on the water review of the Mach Pro from Lews. I will tell you the first thought, and the reason I bought this setup, I think it'll fit in for, say, chatterbaits and stuff like that, but it just looks awesome. And that's kind of what Lews, the entry level for beginners, they look cool. The younger kids or whoever, if you're thinking about getting one for your son, daughter, whoever, this is an awesome looking reel. I would have loved to have had one of these when I was, 12 to 15, 18, somewhere in that area. If somebody would have bought me one of these, oh yeah, I'd have been using it. And it should work out good, but we'll see. The only downside I've seen so far, I like these knobs, I like the color, I like the feel of this, the grip, the overall feel of the rod. It's a little tip heavy, I ain't gonna lie. It's hard to tell in this wind, but it's not bad. It's actually very good balance for today's stuff, but for me, I would want to add a little weight to get that balance in here somewhere. It's probably because it's 7'2". The one downside before we take off and get this video going any further, I don't know if you can see that dial, and I started in the middle. The little arrow on the dial is opposite. This needs to be turned around. So in the factory, I guess they flipped it the wrong way when they put it together. You can still read it. I can, tell that it's not that side now, it's this side, so they got it set halfway. Now, I'll be able to take this apart, no problem. I'm gonna flip that around and make it right. But that's not really a good, as far as if it made it out of the factory like that, they put this together and let that slip with the opposite way. That's not really good part on wherever they're putting these together at. So, wow, a bunch of gunk in there. Buckle up and hang on. Let's see how well this Mach Pro works and will fit into our lineup. What do you say? Let's do it. Before we go anywhere, I'm just going to make a cast or two with this. We got wind. Let's make sure I don't backlash, which I didn't. Sensitivity, I can feel that as soon as that thing starts up and takes off. Of course, I'm using braid. I've always said that I don't need the most sensitive rod in the world when I'm using braid. That's not really why I use braid. It's actually just like one of the pluses that come with braid. I use braid just because it's hassle-free for me. It lasts so long. If I do backlash, I just get the backlash out. It didn't kink it. When you spool up a spool with braid, it makes the spool lighter than with any other line you would use. So, I mean, it's a no-brainer for me. Why wouldn't you? Whoa, that was an awesome cast. It's in the wind, but wow. Just took off. I don't know where, what, how these fish, if they'll even be hitting. We're kind of one of them days where it wasn't that nice. Now it's nice today and it may suck. I think tomorrow. We got rain coming tonight, early morning. So we're kind of like post pre-front, right in the middle. I'm trying to figure out where to hold these. They actually feel more comfortable with 2 fingers on these rods. It's not the reel, it's the rod, the way where this trigger is. I think that actually feels more comfortable. Well. No problems with casting. My hands are a little cold, so it's hard to tell exactly how comfortable I like this setup. Let me zing one out there and see what we got. Kind of hard to do. See that? Never put my finger on it. It was in the wind. It says it's rated to a 1/4. I don't know if I showed you guys the lure ratings earlier, but this is a 1/4 ounce. Lipless rattle trap. So we're gonna see. And I thought I heard a little bit of a, but we got strong winds, and I'm kind of throwing into the wind. Wind did catch that one. It started the bird's nest and came back out of it. When I get up here, I'll cast with the wind. It's definitely doable, but honestly, I would probably throw 1/2 ounce. Is what I'm thinking. This rod is pretty much going to be right in the wheelhouse. The main thing I would throw with it. It'll throw this little 1/4, but it's almost like it's a little strong of a rod as that. Okay, we're gonna shift gears. This thing is rated for a quarter. It'll throw a quarter. It's rated to an ounce, but I don't really have any great baits I throw that weigh an ounce other than Whopper Plopper and Whopper Plopper probably would not work right now, so we're gonna just throw a 3/4 ounce Booyah Hard Knocker to see how it handles that. Three-quarter ounce bait. This rod should definitely, I'd say half to 3/4 should be its like very good sweet spot. Watch me break it right in half. Yeah, it cast that way on down. It's a 7.5-to-1 reel, so see how well if it gets into any grass. I'm bound and determined to catch you guys a fish on this thing, even if they're not biting. We'll make them bite. Let's try that again. Wow, I wasn't looking at the cast. That thing went way down there. All right, let's get another good long cast. Whoa, man, that thing took off half the spool probably. Dang it. Definitely let it get down into the grass that time. That thing just eats up that line. Wow. It definitely has the speed to... Ah, I thought I had a big one. Alright, come on. You guys see that? There's a little stick over there. I hit that and was like, oh boy. Definitely a big bait rod and reel. Rod for sure, reel maybe not so much. But the rod is definitely capable of zinging getting some distance on a bigger bait. Doesn't feel overloaded at all. Way out there. I'm gonna let that sink to the bottom. We got to get to the bottom of this and figure out what they want to hit on, right? And test out this on a. You want to see how big a fish we can catch. All right, you've seen how well it'll bomb out a 3/4 ounce bait. Now we just need to catch a fish on this sucker, right? Maybe we got to put that chatterbait back on it and go back on the shallow side. What do you say? All right, we know to throw a 1/4 and 3/4 ounce, and probably better for half to 3/4, maybe even an ounce. But we're going back to the 1/2 ounce. That is the Z-Man Custom, I believe. It could be, they make like a, I think they make a Pro, a Custom, and an Elite. I think I bought Custom somewhere, but anyway. We're gonna go back with this, and before I cross through there, it does shallow up, so there could be some bass right in here. Whoa, right at the freaking boat. Jesus. That was the closest I've ever had one hit. My goodness. I'm gonna give him some line actually. Woo! That rod took it too. That bass, I don't know if you guys saw that. I'm sure you probably didn't because I had the camera out of whack. I literally had the tip down and wow. That was insane. Look how he ate that too. That is all the way down in his throat. See that? Mach Pro, baby! Whew. That is awesome. Need to get a pic of that too. I knew it should translate here. We just got to get out there and get it done. Got to get it done. Well, it's a wonder I didn't break the tip. Beautiful largemouth bass. You guys think it'll jump? Oh wait, we need a pick with the. No, I got a pick. I'll make a pick off of the film. But anyway, here we go. Oh, that's gonna be, look at it. I let go of that fish and it had a hold of me. That was almost gonna be a jumper. I didn't let go of it quick enough. All right, guys, first fish was a little one, but probably one I'll never forget on the Mach Pro. Closest hit at the boat I've ever had. All rods with braid are gonna be giving you feedback. The rod plays a little part, but that braid and how tight it is on the bait and all that can make it very... There we go. Another one. And he didn't put up much of a fight. I don't know, what was I talking about? There we go. Number 2. Not as big. I'm not as impressed, but good solid. You can definitely feel when he whacked that jump. Chatterbait. Sure will. He is a jumper. Okay, we're about halfway with the on the water review of this Mach Pro, and I've yet to throw anything at its upper end rating. So not that they would probably be biting this, but this is super shallow water. I'm gonna throw the Whopper Plopper. This is over an ounce. That's the 130, I believe. I think they make one even bigger now, like a crazy monster one, but that one there is over an ounce. So we're gonna check the upper end rating on this rod. And just as I figured, it casts it no problem. All right, one more cast, and then we'll start talking about sensitivity, bottom contact type stuff. See that? I didn't even have to thumb it. All right. They don't seem to be wanting too much of anything here. We're going to try to see how sensitive this rod is while we're fishing a small little jig. We're also going to try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone as far as see how light a bait it'll throw and work good, plus sensitivity. It's rated down to 1/4. I think that's roughly a 1/4 ounce one. Whoa, we're running into the bank. But I'm going to buzz this around here. We haven't really hit this area that much yet. So I'm going to run this little, I'm going to kind of swim it, bounce it off bottom, and just see if we can get a little more subtle bite on a little jig. Let's see. I know what we can do. Let's see how sensitive it is with a spinnerbait. Okay, we're going to try spinnerbait. Now, yeah, we still got the Fire Tiger color. We're going to try to see if we can get it to kick in. I believe this is a 1/2 ounce spinnerbait. Some rods that's super sensitive, you can like feel the blade spinning kind of thing with the spinnerbait. I might be able to feel a little bit on this one. But it takes a very sensitive rod to really, you know, a real sensitive rod, you can actually, a spinnerbait won't feel a ton different than, say, a chatterbait on a real dull rod like with mono, where you can tell the blade's turning, but it doesn't react, you know, translate into the rod and into your feel real great. So we'll kind of see how this one feels. This color should work. I mean, we've got the right water for it. Now, yeah, I can see it's working that tip of the rod. As long as I reel at a certain pace, which I need to in this water because it's so shallow, I can feel those blades. I'll definitely be able to tell if the fish hits that with this rod. There we go. Felt that right off the bat. It ain't that big, but I could definitely feel. Oh, that is a good one. I guess this rod's got a little more power than I thought. I thought that was a little guy when he first hit. That's a nice chunk, 1.5 probably. There he is. Gonna get a quick pick. The old Mach Pro in action with the spinnerbait, 1/2 ounce. Awesome bait. Whoa. Heart spinnerbait, awesome bait, by the way. Let's see if this one will jump. We need a jumper for the day. Come on. Nope, he just shook his head. Okay, everybody, I'm putting an end to this review video. I've seen enough for me as far as what I recommend this rod and reel combo. Yeah, if you like rods that are 7 foot or longer, this 7'2" is perfect. If you're a shorter rod guy like me, I don't know if I'm going to keep using this. I might not. I don't know. It's an awesome combo as far as what I feel for the money. It feels good. The ratings, I would say it'll throw it. You've seen us throw the 1/4 ounce, but it's kind of stout for a 1/4 ounce bait. Maybe these little jigs, I would recommend, you know, a 1/4 ounce jig with some sort of trailer will make it's technically a little heavier than a 1/4, but if you're trying to throw a 1/4 ounce little cranks and stuff like that, this rod's a little overpowered. It'll do it, but if you're trying to set out, you've already got a couple combos, you want something lighter for that. But if you want a you know, just pretty much what this is for, 1/2 ounce to 3/4, even throw an ounce. We threw the whopper plopper on it, no problems. It'll throw just over an ounce, so I wouldn't be afraid to throw, or say that this rod's wheelhouse is somewhere right in that you know, 3/8 to 1 ounce baits is what I would recommend if that's what you throw, kind of that mid-range stuff. But I'm gonna keep fishing, and if I catch any more, you know, worth mentioning, or figure out anything that I don't or do like specifically about this rod. But I like the overall feel. If I catch something on a bottom bouncing bait, because I'm gonna still run it through its paces the rest of today, but I got a few other things I want to get out here and try out. And but yeah, hope you like that review on the Lews Mach Pro at your local Bass Pros and maybe other places, but I've only seen it at Bass Pro. Get out of here, go bass bonsai for yourself, and thank you for watching. I gotta go, gotta catch more fish. One last cast? Okay, if you insist. I just know, hang on one second, because I just know there's a fish right over here. I'm gonna sneak up on him. Watch this cast. I'm gonna show you, I've gotten a little bit used to this. Let's see how accurate I am. I'm gonna go right in between. That tree's laying down, the one's laying in the water. I'm gonna go right in between them and bring this baby home. Right there. Come on. Oh well. Okay. I really like throwing chatterbaits over spinnerbaits. I feel like I don't know, I feel the chatterbaits just get me more hits, more bigger fish for sure, but I feel like I can work it across the tops of stuff easier. I can feel what's going on more than with the spinnerbait. There we go. I don't know. There we go. Get over here. This thing will power him in, that's for sure. Another 1.5 pounds or so as we're leaving. I don't know. What do you guys think? The old Mach Pro legit? Mwah. I think it's legit. Right? Catching some nice bass. First day out. Could be a lucky rod and reel combo. I'm going to throw this one back. All right. Let's see if he'll jump. And in this show. In this show. Oh, he was going to jump. Man, that was me. I've 2 of them today. I haven't let go of them when they were going to jump. That's 2. Oh, well. Come on, let's go. Get you your Bass Pro Shops. Get you a Mach Pro. Get you some kind of combo. Get out there, get on the water, and get to fishing. I don't know, if you're an egg beater and you just can't use a bait caster, go get you a spinning combo. I don't even know which one to use. You guys want me to review one of those? I wouldn't even be able to begin to tell you which one to get.